Hey everybody, we're going to get started in just a minute here. Sent out the invitations just a second ago, so we'll see if anybody pops on. And I'm excited to get this party rolling. So this will be our official State of the Teacup address for December of 2019. All of the things that happened, had quite a few things go on here this last month. Very excited about the progress that we made. First and foremost, I certainly hope that y'all had a great Christmas season with your family and loved ones. I hope everything went very well. We had a lot of fun at our household. Lots of Legos being thrown about. Certainly quite happy about that. Went a bit kind of low key for our big family Christmas this year, but my wonderful wife did happen to get me a new Christmas ornament that is unbelievably appropriate and amazing. It's Mickey and Minnie in their own teacup, Hallmark 2019 keepsake ornament. So I am very excited about that. I got her a couple of things Disney related as well, and generally had an awful lot of fun. So let's go ahead and actually get into it with what happened on ridetheteacups.com. I am incredibly excited to show you. So let's get this party started. So, very first thing, a few things look a little different here on the site. I am very pleased with the new menu system that's been put up here in place. The old menu, I had some grand plans for it as far as making it look like a marquee and doing all kinds of other things, and it just never really panned out the way that I wanted to. It was a little slow. Looked really nice, but it was slow. Wasn't terribly responsive or immediate. Didn't get you where you wanted to go when you wanted to get there. So all of that has been fixed with this new menu. So I have decided to keep the cool rotating blocks that were there before, changed up the color scheme a little bit, and done all of that. Things like registering and signing in is not quite there yet, but I wanted to make sure the placeholder was all set. And then just for general awareness, as far as the mobile menu, that looks a little different as well. So the mobile menu gets rid of that big huge header piece and instead goes with these smaller elements. And as you go to one, you can see it quite indented there to show exactly where you're at. And that's, again, if you're inside, it keeps that for you. You can go to the park info, hit any of your games that are there, and a weather section is coming soon. It's not quite here yet, but very excited about that. I really wanted to work with proper UX, best practices, and usability, and those types of things. So I did a lot of homework on this, created actual wireframes and mock-ups and things, A/B testing to make sure that everything was actually what it is that I wanted it to be before building it. So just imagine yourself kind of holding your phone. And as I'm holding my phone, I'm generally holding my thumb on like the bottom left corner area. And so that's where I wanted to put the blog button, which is kind of the main part of the site right now. Um, and so that's exactly where that's at. Should you rotate your phone, I generally have my thumb up at the top. So when I rotate it, I'm actually keeping the icons. Uh, they're technically reversed, but they're in a little bit of a different order. But I wanted to make sure again that the blog was up where your thumb would normally be, so everything is really easy to hit and reach. Um, so however it is that you're oriented, you'll be able to do that. It still works really well on things like your iPad as well. It just spreads it out a little bit more, but keeps that very simple interface right there for you. And then going a long ways, um, you actually do get the general Chrome interface or desktop interface for an iPad Pro, but something like an iPad going horizontal, you would have it over here on the right side as well. So, still really easy to use, easy to navigate and see things as you go on. But yeah, very, very, very pleased with the way that that ended up working out. If I could hit the right button here. There we go. A couple of other changes that went on in addition to the menu. The menu was the big one, but I actually ended up fixing a Google issue that I was having. So I mentioned last week that I was having trouble even letting Google see my site for whatever reason. So that has been fixed. I had a coworker of mine make a suggestion that was different than changing everything from client-side rendering to server-side rendering, which changes the entire architecture of the site. Not something I was looking forward to. He showed me a different polyfill that I could use for those of you who are tech savvy on your web content. So polyfill.io actually fills in a missing map function that Google needs in order to let their bots see React content. I used it, it works, and now Google can see my site and I can be properly listed. As a bonus of that, in addition to having some serious SEO enhancements, it also let me get approved for Google AdSense, which you'll see here on the site as well. You'll see it here inside of inside of there. If you actually get into the articles, you're going to see those loaded inside here as well. So live Google Ads. That's in addition to other things like the Amazon ads that are there. A couple of smaller things as well. So got a little bit of a mixture going. So, but yeah, quite happy that Google ended up being fixed. So that is a big weight off my shoulders, and getting things going. So, big deal. A couple of other things that we ended up working on was content. So if I go back here into blogs, wrote 2 new blog entries for this month. First is in defense of A Small World. People love to hate It's a Small World. It's probably for that theme song that absolutely will get stuck in your head. It's designed to. That's what happens. It's the way that the Sherman Brothers wanted it to be. But there are so many good reasons to make sure that you get on It's a Small World and not hate it. That you really should be going on. So just my defense of It's a Small World. For just your viewing pleasure. The other one is I recommend on the site in lots of different places to avoid pin trading because it's kind of a money suck. However, for those of you who are absolutely dedicated to doing it anyway, I actually have a guide to pin trading that's going to be up and help you out with all of that. I just need to plug in a couple of images instead of my generic ones, and then it's all set and good to go. The article is already there and done. So be looking for that. I can now I now have all of those images and everything that it is that I needed. I was really waiting for a couple of things to come in the mail, such as my own new pins to come in. So I am quite happy with my Imperial pin. Got a few other ones. I got Mickey Mouse ears and Mickey himself coming in. I got a Peter Pan. Quite happy with my Peter Pan Mickey, and I managed to get an Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, a hidden Mickey pin. So I love that one. So you'll see those images up, and that should be up in the next couple of days once I get that finalized. Other things that have come in are a couple of our merch items, and I am very pleased. I mentioned them last time that we had ordered some, but now I officially have our Ride the Teacup stickers in my hand, and as we're discussing pins, I have a Ride the Teacups pin that's in as well. I am incredibly pleased with how these turned out. Just as a size comparison, with what you'd normally get with Disney things, so it's pretty comparable. It's actually a very large pin, so I mean you're going to it's a good size. I absolutely love the way that this came out. It'll be first up. I have a couple ideas rolling around. Maybe a Patreon reward tier. We'll see. But very pleased with how that's gone out. So quite a bit of client side bug fixes as well. Just a couple of styling updates, bug fixes, little minor things that'll generally make the site not work the way that I want it to. Those have all been fixed up. So lots of those. Next month is going to hit a lot of the back end changes. So I wanted to prioritize client side, some of the things that it is that you will see as an actual user, and then next time I'll do some of the hidden stuff that you won't see but will make a big difference. First on my plate is images. I actually don't have a proper way of uploading images from my blog posts. All of it is manual, it is very obnoxious, and it needs to be I drag it and drop it, and it's done automatically. So I'll be building that this upcoming month, as well as several other projects and things that'll be going on. I'm going to try to also finish setting up Patreon and decide on the tiers and reward systems and things for that. So just as a way of kind of supporting the site, if you find that we're helping you, that's obviously what it is that we want to do, is make sure that we're making it easier for you to bring your kids to Disneyland. If you find that that's a worthy cause, and you want us to help you out with that, we'll make sure that you can support us and get some pretty cool swag at the same time. Get you in on some fun. Yeah, those are the things that are kind of coming up next month and future plans. So I hope that's been helpful. If you do have any questions about any of the tech that we use here on the site, please ask them down in the comments. I'd love to be able to answer those for you and kind of go over our tech stack and things that it is that we use, as well as all of the content and other stuff that goes on the site. So thank you so much for watching. I hope it's been informative, and yeah, let's go ride the teacups together someday. Thanks so much for watching. You folks have an amazing day.